Are we live? Do I get the live notification? Yep. Oh, look at that. We're back.
Are we now?
So far. It's been one of those mornings. All right. Yeah, we're back.
Oh, okay. There we are. I see me.
You see you? How do you look?
Rough around the edges.
Well, at least this time it isn't your fault. We'll blame Talk Studio this time. Oh my god. I don't know if anybody will come back, but fuck it, we're back.
We back.
Oh, okay, we got 5 viewers. Sully's there. What's up, Sully?
I don't see any of the chats. If there is chats.
That's right. I don't know how to fix that for you.
You know what? We've already had so much issues. Let's just listen to some music. If somebody says anything funny, let me know.
I'll tell you. Yeah.
Maybe repeat any jokes that are worth repeating.
Here's the first joke. Sully said, shout out to Talk Studio. Thank you, Sully. Fuck Talk Studio right now. I ended up having to just fire up the Streamlabs desktop and throw it together this very haphazard rendition of our layout. All you see is the Discord and then our beautiful faces and our names. So get what you can in 10, 15 minutes.
This looks better than it's ever looked. Dice. I don't know what you're talking about.
It looks beautiful. Prime content. All right. As we go through this, hopefully everybody can hear everything fine. I'm going to play music. If you guys can't hear it, let me know. If you can't hear any of us, let me know. But I think everything is working from my tests. D-Bird Casper says you're going to love his guitar track.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll see about that, sir.
Yeah, we'll see. All right. I've been reduced to using my headphones again, so I'm prime listening mode. Where we last left off, we were listening to Self Savior, had a track with Tynes, I believe.
Tinez.
T-Nasty
if you're nasty.
Is it Tinez? I could see that. Tinez.
That's what they said. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Listen.
Not bad.
I don't know when the last recording cut off. At this point, it's almost like a forgotten memory of the song that we played before. But I do remember just the mix was crazy. The vocals were just way too present. But I loved the beat. I loved the energy. I think it's a good track. It just, the vocals were too present. So bury them further in the beat, and you got to jam. I think I was going to give it like a 7.
Yeah, that's about where I was at, 7. Casper says his homie got out of the hospital with multiple GSWs, and they immediately went to the studio and recorded a guitar and drum track. What is a GSW?
It's like a BBW, but with gas sex. Gas sex with. I don't know.
Okay. Gas sex with. Is that like a penis enlargement?
Golden State Warriors.
Could be that.
Could be that.
He came
to the hospital with the Golden State Warriors. So it was like a Make-A-Wish scenario. They all went to the studio. Chef Curry cooked up some beats.
Hey, that makes sense to me. Did you see? Do you know who? Who was it that commented on Steph's relationship this time? Somebody commented on Steph. Have you heard, like, whenever Ayesha Curry does interviews, it seems like she wants every other man except for Steph? Somebody said something of
Killer Mike.
Yeah, that's who it was. Killer Mike.
Yeah.
And Steph was like, no, not you. Stick to rapping.
Yeah. My wife. No.
We're good over here. All right.
Shout out Sully for the tip.
Thank you, Sully. All right, so we have some remaining tips. Out of Space Chase. So in our Discord, on the channel list, you'll see a section called feedback channels, and we are in the Sunday stream feedback channel for now.
Yeah.
I guess I need to figure out some way of letting you guys know when the queue is closed, because I no longer have fancy titles and shit. But at some point, we'll close this shit down probably soon, since we had like an hour delay. All right, I got 2 more tips to do. I got Sully, and then we got another one from DJ Tongue Hero. Oh, gunshot wounds. Damn. Yeah, you should probably just say that, not GSW.
Oh, yikes. That's way worse than Golden State Warriors.
Sorry to hear that. Hopefully it wasn't gang related.
I wonder if that's like the new, like, you know how TikTok makes everyone say dumb shit because they're like, we can't say the word. Great. She didn't get raped, she got graped. You know, like, okay, so that makes it better. I don't know.
Okay, well, hopefully gunshot wounds doesn't get us taken down again.
We got graped by Talk Studios today.
Good Lord. All right, let's do Sully's tip first, and then I'll do the other one that DJ Tongue Hero had. This is called, is it called Taurus? Okay, Taurus, Me and Find Alex. Work in progress, will be released as a single. All right, here we go. First track on this shoddy ship that we're on.
Hey, shoddy, it's your birthday.
Chevron on my shirt, free fall the turf. I don't see fire, don't see right. It's blood mixed with dirt. The sandpaper on my cleats, my legs rip like jeans. Fuck doctor, the ice packs for free. It's 3 stripes on my shorts, that's 3 swipes on the board. It's 3 fights they burn, it's 3 nights in the worst. It's 3 strikes and I'm learned, no kickoff, I'm served. Yeah, how is this deserved? Monster like a fashion trend. I'll wait a hell, entertain the full the passenger. What is the smell? Yeah, my freedom is like lavender. Bruised knees from the tackle, exhale like a crest on my neck. While it starts like a pain in my chest. What's left? Just silhouette of me. Blind eyes I can see. Extra life like a cheat. You, yeah, you, me. Yeah.
It's a
I like this. I like this a lot. I think the vibes are there. Like you guys work really well together. It's the first time that I've heard Find Alex before, I believe. Just sounded very professional. I think for me, the one kind of nitpicky thing here is just in the mix, the vocals felt a little wet, like just a lot of reverb. Sully, I think I like your writing. And I do like your style, which is like a little bit more laid back. I think one thing that I would like to hear is if you have like a second layer strengthening kind of the ending of your rhymes, I think that would just really kind of add that finishing polish to the verse. So yeah, I think for me, it's just mostly kind of mixed technicalities, but as far as the song, the sounds, the melodies, I'm loving this. So I think this is definitely a smart single. I'm gonna give this 8.5. Say everything you just said, but not on mute.
My bad. I'm trying to do some shit on the side. Yeah, I said I liked it too. I agree. First time hearing Alex, but I liked his vocals. I liked the reverb and the effects on it, and it gave a lot of ambience to it. I liked how your verse sounded too, Sully. I probably listen back to this again and see if maybe like I don't think you had the same effects as his, because obviously his was more so on the hook, but I think some sort of similar reverb in the background of your vocals would help get that same feeling throughout. I liked how it sounded on his vocals, so I was curious how it would sound on yours, but I give this track a 8 too. I think it sounded pretty well blended together, and I like the arrangement and everything else worked for me. But yeah, it's an 8. All right. What's next? Tongue Hero. Had another tip from DJ Tongue Hero. This is called How It Be.
DJ Tongue Hero. Holy shit, they just assassinated Renly Baratheon. DJ Tongue Hero. That's how it be when you're a tongue hero. She wants to smoke so we can roll that bro. You wanna sip, that's what that Uber's for. Take it fast or we can take it slow. That's how it be when you're a tongue hero. Colder than Sub-Zero, Frozone, Iceman, Snow People. Heard they giving magic to these hoes, they should stop that. I be pulling bunnies like magicians with a top hat. Guaranteed that Dr. Umar will be hella mad. Bitches flashing me like lights up on a helipad. Word is they ain't got no hoes, it made me hella sad. Tried to put a couple on, but all of them came running back. Worldwide gigolo, I feel like Rob Schneider. Always coming with that heat, I'm like a bonfire. Type of robber that might pull up at your mama house, grab a plate to eat and roll a blunt and get your mom higher. I don't even want the box, all I need is brain. You know you rockin' with the tongue hero to the game. Might have a couple drinks, but we keep it on the low. That's just how it be when you're a tongue hero. She wants to smoke so we can roll that bro. You wanna sip, that's what
It's a fun word. Got lost in the history.
Take it fast or we can take it slow. That's how it be when you're a smooth liquor like me. Panty drop posse, love a nigga like me. Got a cup with 2 cubes, you can call me Ice-T. Tongue hero up next, man, I really might be. Where she sucking down the thing, you think I'm high C. Ice cubes on her nipples, now I feel like Spike Lee. Go ahead, won't you be my Rosie Perez? On a hot summer day with the fan by the bed. You know you really got some talent, I'm a fan of the head. Know you had a couple tongues, but try a hero instead. Yeah, I started at the neck, make my way to the legs. I'ma give it to you, baby, no you don't gotta beg. And the way she bustin' open like a crack in the cake. You just gotta keep licking at the end of the day. Keep keep my player ways just so I don't get played. Can't make you drink, but I'll show you the lake. If you're a tongue hero, she wants to smoke so we can roll that dro. You wanna sip, that's what that Uber's for. Take it fast or we can take it slow. That's how it be when you're a
All right, that was DJ Tongue Hero with How It Be. I like this one. I like the layout of this one better because, like, at the end, you don't have the hook, like, repetitive playing, and you do have some sort of effect at the end as it trails out. I like the way that this one closed out better than the other one, and I think overall it feels a lot more balanced and as a track. The singing is smooth. I think the verses don't sound as harsh. Nice little chill West Coast vibe. I don't have too many criticisms about this one. It has your usual wit and humor about it. It's well laid out. I will give this one 7.5. I think it probably doesn't have as high entertainment as some of your other ones. When I think about like the wordplay and some of like your video game track and a couple of others, but I think it's a solid piece, like a in between B-side. So 7.5.
Yeah, like I think this is just more of a traditional, straightforward, like, let's just talk our shit. Let's just have vibes at the cookout, Like, this is straight up, it's still sunny outside and I'm cooking up some hot dogs, baby. And also, if you do cook up hot dogs, the only thing to put on there is just ketchup. If you're really getting crazy, maybe some sour cream and onions, but I digress. Song was good. It's cool vibes. Nate Dogg, Second Coming. There's a fun aspect to this, and I think that the videos that you do along with the songs really just take them to that extra level. I'd give it an 8.
DJ Chung Hero says you're invited to the cookout, D-Bird. You know what that means.
Hey, I finally got the invite. I've been waiting all my life for this.
Just don't put onions on your glizzy, man.
Bro, it's called a Seattle dog, and it is fire. Sour cream, hot sauce, and grilled onions.
Hot sauce on a hot dog?
Yeah.
Sour cream? This sounds disgusting to me.
I swear to God, it'll blow your mind. One thing, we actually, there was a sports bar that had it. And so every time, back when I worked in an office, we would go there for lunch. I would enjoy my Seattle dog. And then they took it away from the menu. And then so we started going every single day to write on the comment card, bring the Seattle dog back. I got myself and all my friends to go do it every single day. They finally brought it back. And then by that time, I was so worn out of eating there that we just didn't go. So they got all these comments, finally listened to their customers. And at that point, I was like, I don't want to go back there anymore.
They brought this disgusting contraption back for you 4 fucks. And then y'all are like, let's move on.
Yeah, we're kind of burnt out from this place.
That, my friends, is why the customer is not always right.
Customer's usually wrong, in fact.
Customer's like, I'll just pitch a fit until they do what I want, and then I'll decide to take my business elsewhere.
Yeah.
All right. Tongue Hero says you can't say ketchup on a hot dog in Chicago. I don't know if that's gang related or if that's a threat to you, D-Bird, but you're still invited to the cookout.
Fair enough. Well, we were in Chicago not too long ago, and that was the one thing that my girl was like, oh, fuck, I wish we did this. Apparently, Chicago is famous for, like, they just dump all the shit on hot dogs, and it sounds like a nightmare to me.
Sour cream and onions on a hot dog sounds like a nightmare to me, so I can only imagine what a nightmare sounds like to you.
I mean, anything pickle related, I'm fucking out. No thanks.
Yeah, pickles on hot dogs, that's definitely a no for me.
Pickles
all right.
on them.
A pickle by itself is okay. I think that's the only time I can consume a pickle is if it's like separate and far away from any other food that I'm eating, but not on top or touching anything else. All right, next up, Slit. Self-Destruction. Okay. I'm probably gonna do this one and then one other, and then close down the queue just for time's sake. I don't know how long we have left, but we're getting through it. Let's go.
Let's go. I like that they use the cash sign for an S. A little spicy, a little saucy.
Shout out to Casper for the tip. We'll get you.
You say you don't love me. Now the rag is falling. Everything and nothing. It's my self-destruction. And when you keep calling, I'm on that flight the morning. It's my self-destruction. It's myself. When I call, don't call back. Your word is my witness, you know that. I love like the freaking you on that. All the times you was tripping. Just trying to get my attention. Said he lurking on my mentions. All these bitches trying to cheat the game. We don't play the same night. Yeah, we get lit tonight. This bitch that got me fucked up. Poured up a cup, spit it away. I know I won't see my heart again. You say you don't love me. Now the wreck is falling. Everything and nothing. It's my self-destruction. And when you keep calling, I'm on that flight the morning. It's my self-destruction. It's myself. You say you love me. You ain't held it down. The rain keeps falling. Tears keep falling down, down, and down. Tears keep falling down, down, and down. Yeah, yeah, we get lit tonight. This bitch done got me fucked up. Poured up a cup, spit it away. I know I won't see my heart again. Oh
Okay. That was Slit with Self-Destruction. I like that. That was different sounding, but it was cool sounding at the same time. I like the vocal performance. I like the energy. I think my one criticism would be I wish the vocals were louder. I felt like the vocals were a tad bit too low. You could have boosted them up a bit, but I like the performance. I like the energy. I like the vibes. I would listen to this again. I give it a solid 8.
Word. I like this too. I think the vocals are great. I think it's professionally done. Like I like the melodies they chose. The one piece that just like this is a me thing. I don't even think it's a them thing. I think it's a me thing. I kind of fucking hate it when artists go along with the instrumental exactly. You know what I mean? Like
It's definitely a you thing.
the beat like had that kind of like older like bah, 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 and they matched the words and the tones exactly to the beat, and I was like, ugh, I wish
Fire.
it wasn't that. But that's a me thing. I'll own that. That's just a personal preference. I think 8.5 for me. Solid entry.
Right.
Slitty Gang.
Got a tip from Casper. So here is the drum and guitar track. Since the drummer is fresh out of the hospital from GSW, which we learned is gunshot wounds. Glad that he is okay. Hopefully the other person that he was shooting at is not okay.
fucking loved it. Kuiper type beat. Get Kuiper an actual instrumental, huh?
For once, yeah.
I like just humming the same chord on the guitar. What's wrong with that?
All right, that was Casper and his drummer, fresh out the hospital. With
Sick
some
name
vibes.
for a song.
Yeah, fresh out the hospital.
Me and my drummer, fresh out of the hospital. That's the name. You keep it.
You didn't when you tore your Achilles, as soon as you got your boot on, you didn't go home and just like rock out?
You know, I didn't. Now it feels like a missed opportunity.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look, I'll make this very simple. I fucking loved that. I don't know. You know, maybe I'm excitable. Maybe I'm just too hyped. But that shit was so good all across the board. I think the guitar for the first half was like, oh, yeah, it's like building. And then the drums come in and like, blah, blah, blah. Love that shit. I was gonna say something fucked up. You know what? Fuck it. Maybe she gets shot more often because that shit was great. But also don't. Be safe out there, kids. That shit was great, and I won't hear anything else. 10.
I echo what Bird just said. All parts. Yeah, this is dope. I don't really have anything negative to say. I think it was a good showcase of the guitar skills and the drumming skills. I think you guys played well off each other. Even though you told us to only listen to the second half, it was easy to listen to all the way through. You know, is it long? Sure. But I think if you're just you're into good listening music, this is easy to just consume without being like, oh, why is this taking? It's not like listening to a song where it's like, the hooks too much or the verses just go on forever. Like it's a good listening to just instruments, turning on like an instrumental and just vibing out. So I like that. I too will give it a 10 because I don't have anything particular I can really criticize about it that makes me say it deserves less than that. So good job.
Small golf clap. And also, please teach Kuiper your ways. Teach him more than one chord to play on the guitar. You know?
Yeah, if you need an understudy, Kuiper is the person to go. Fun fact, D-Bird, Casper says they've all been shot at least twice at this point.
What adds to the lore? Cool.
Each bullet wound makes them a better artist, unfortunately or fortunately.
Yeah, that sounds about right. That's what I know about music as well.
Do you think when something traumatic happens to you, you like wake up the next day with a heightened superpower?
Absolutely. Have you ever heard music from somebody who hasn't experienced anything bad? It's garbage. It sucks. They're like, man, I don't know what type of sandwich to eat today. And you're like, all right, relatable, but boring.
That's not like the peak of your day, is figuring out which sandwich you're going to chow down.
I mean, I take it back. That would actually be a great song topic. Feel free to use that. Anyone in the chat?
Up to Bell. I just closed the queue, but if you post something now, like right now, within the next few minutes, wouldn't be adverse to playing it at the end. And what up? Aaron. And Casper says he did tell Kuiper to use the beat. We will probably just have to wait and see if that actually happens.
Sick. Love that. What about me? Can I use the beat? I like the beat.
No. Next up, Bogey Beats, Southside 808 Mafia, Kodak Black type beat, Glee.
Boji baby.
Boji baby. Hey, yo, Prod Happy in the chat. What's up?
What up? I've heard enough from this one. I don't know about you, Bert.
I get it.
Yeah. I want to like this more, but I'm not vibing with it. Like from the out of tune keys, the melody, and just the placement of the percussion, it just feels like a disjointed beat. It feels like something abstract that I should like more, but it just feels too uncohesive. It just feels too broken apart, but on the same tempo. It's all right. It just doesn't engage me. I give it a 6.
Yeah, I didn't mind the 808s, but yeah, it just sounded out of tune with the main melody part of it. It kind of reminded me of like, I don't know if this is what you're going for, but kind of like a creepy, like, Friday the 13th, like, Freddy versus Jason type, where you have that playground outside of the old house and somebody's like sitting there with a drumstick just clanging on the swing set. That's kind of what it reminded me of, for better or for worse. And in this case, it felt for worse. Just the metallic sounds were not sitting comfortably in the beat. At the same time, it felt put together well, just the sounds were off. I'd give it a 5.
Yeah. All right. Loud ass air conditioner just came on. All right. Next up, K World Safety. Looks like a beat.
K's World.
You don't have to be a good producer to play it either. Let's do it all.
I was okay with it. That counter synth that you have, it just feels too loud. It's just like too clashing with the main stuff that you have going on, and then the underlining that you have, it just isn't present enough. It just feels like it's lost in the counter melody and everything else that's going on. I like the arrangement. I just think the mix and the balance of the sounds could use some work so that things that you want to pop and highlight, they're present in the ears, and things that are just kind of adding some background noise, some textures, some ear candy, those things aren't clashing with the leads. I'd give this a 6.5 though.
I was okay with the beat at first. I think, the 808s, I was going to say, I wish they like switched up a little bit. It just kind of sounded like the same thumping 808. So maybe thinking about some strategic pauses or like bringing the energy out and then coming back in was kind of going to be my suggestion. But that counter melody, when it came in, it was so loud and it clashed. I was like, this is an uncomfortable listen. The best way to describe it I could think of is noise pollution. That second half was a tough listen. I'd give it a 3.
Oh, all right. Guys, so if you posted, so I put a little placeholder here at the very end. If you post it above this little mark here, then we'll listen to it as long as you're still in the Discord. So we listen to everything that's posted up until we close the queue. So if you're in there, yes, it's a long line, but we'll get to it. We just normally have a long list to go through.
Yeah.
But we do.
And if you get tired of waiting, we do accept tips. It's like $5, get played immediately, and skip out of the line.
Yeah. Our stream crashed earlier, so I don't have all the little fancy text scrolling anymore, but I'll try to slap something together during the next couple of songs. But yeah, if you want to skip the line, you can. You can either gift a sub, or tip $5 if you want. We take Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, whatever the hell. Otherwise, we just go in order from top to bottom. So we'll get to it. But we do 1 track per person. So if you see people in the queue where they've posted more than once, I'll skip over those. So don't think that everything's going to get played. It's just 1 track per person. All right, next up, Finsky, Deserves. Whoops. Couldn't find that.
Oh,
Let's see.
Dude, SoundCloud is the absolute worst when it comes to like, oh, I just want a private place to host my music, whatever, like just even for me to listen to it in the car. And it's like, oh no, this sample wasn't cleared from 1976's Can You Feel the Rain? What? Shut the fuck up. I'm not releasing this on distribution. Come on. Hate that.
Got you, bitch. That's what
Gotcha.
SoundCloud says. You
Yeah.
thought it uploaded successfully, and then turns out we scraped the internet archives and found out you didn't pay for that.
Yeah. Dog shit.
All right. Brian, the producer, Privilege, dark type beat. Usually he makes West Coast stuff. Let's see what Brian's got.
Right. Free for profit. It's a fun, like,
Free.
yeah. Friendly fire.
Yo, Brian, turn it over.
Oh shit. Radio ready. Get your next hit now. Shout out LA Chrome. Shout out All Savant. Thanks for the stuff, y'all. Get you up here, friend.
I think we got it. Yeah.
Is
All right,
Brian in the producer tournament?
Nope.
Missed opportunity. Guy would be up there.
He would, yeah.
Guy would be up there as one to watch. I like this. I like this a lot. I think it was very well done, very professional sounding. You know, I think I was joking around at the beginning, but like this does feel radio ready. Like I think somebody could easily come in, hit some different pockets. You know, there's a fun energy and boppiness to the beat itself. I honestly don't have anything to critique, so I'm just gonna give it a 10.
Oh, just like that? That's all it takes from you? That's big as hell.
It's my opinion, so that's what it is.
Yeah, I like this a lot. I think it sounds smooth. My criticism of it would be just maybe some more arrangement towards the second half, like a counter melody, some, you know, something other than looping the first half and the second half. But I think as a, you know, copy and paste, here's the verse, here's the hook, you know, here's the verse and hook again. I think it's solid. He always has good sounds, good mix. None of his beats really kind of blend together. So I would give this 8.5. All right. Got the sub from Lachrome. Find this down here. God, man, this bogey guy posts like this everything in here. I need to get him out of here. LA Chrome. Is this you? No, that's Out of Space Chase. Are you Marco? Which one are you? Let us know.
Which one? Puer Eternus.
Who is you?
Ooh.
I know this is Prod Happy. Let us know who you is. Who you be.
Who you be?
In the meantime, day to day, it's a YouTube link. Okay. I'll find it. I think. There we go. All right. Is it La Chrome or LA Chrome? It's one of those two. Here's
the same thing.
here's day to day. Let's check it out.
Walking down the street where my future might meet. 2 grams in my pocket, I got that shit quick. But sure that your money got me guessing for lotto. So I walked on and I be smoking gelato. I got some moves that I have to follow. And the same ones be my motto. I know that my skyline ain't hollow. So I'll be thinking to make so much that I can drown on. And then I get home, roll up and I hit the dome. Hit the couch and I pull up my phone. Should I see my money be gone? Thorns got my hair like that drone. Sometimes I get stuck in it, then I feel low. But lately they hit and I feel it so born and again. I hit a treat to get my more free. Cause I know I got somewhere to be. Here I am where I take in my workplace, looking for a workspace with a good base, special workspace. Then I be going through days. It's Thursday, looking at my surname. Listen good, ain't gotta be one to break the cycle. Ain't gonna follow it like I disciple. I'm really, ain't that I Bible, I'm really, ain't that I title. I'm in my script, sounded to reminisce by the doctor left. Like a nemesis and the chapter ever this, cause you long a hit. I'm a fire, I'm a really lick, so what the fuck is my next fit? Ain't that I'm pretty fast, I'm tryna best some shit that will last, but don't bitch up on some breaking when I got no gas. I should not go fast, but I know that short road to fight, shop the bin on pumps, cause no about this one. Yes, it's a joke, but fuck it if it happen, I'm going through the lot, somewhere I know some pretty good spots around the corner where I can juke them all butts. Now that they be connecting them dots, like, cause you know sucks. I'm not really tryna get shot. Not really tryna. Walking down the street where my future might meet. 2 grams in my pocket, I got that shit quick. But sure that your money got me guessing for lotto. So I walked on and I be smoking gelato. I got some rules that I have to follow. And the same must be my motto. I know that my skyline ain't hollow. So I'll be thinking to make so much that I can drown on. And then I get home, roll up and I hit the dome. Hit the couch and I pull up my phone. Should I see my money be gone?
Thanks for the follow, Prod Happy.
Sometimes I get stuck in it, then I feel low.
Shout out.
They hit and I feel it so born and again. I hit a treat to get my free. Cause I know I got somewhere to be. Come Sunday, late night chill, looking on the Monday. Need me a Benz, I regard you. I gotta make some money somehow and someday. I know some ways for that, I need me a look. I'm played, but I ain't a killer. Water was boiling and I was Bastilla. Future gems of a villa with the little neighbor river. For down, need me a black chick Dylan. I function and live. I can't be sipping tequila. Other Mary Jane, put the shit to flame. Cause I took the game, can I push it on the drain? I cannot be lame. I'm really looking for fame. I'm looking for money, so I can go Spain. God is my fuckers and God is main. So some fuckers gotta use their brain if they want to mention my name. Motto. I know that my skyline ain't hollow, so I'll be thinking to make so much that I can drown on. And then I get home, roll up and I hit the dome, hit the couch and I pull up my phone. Should I see my money be gone? Thorns got my hair like a drone. Sometimes I get stuck in it, then I feel low. But lately they hit and I feel it so born and again. I hit a treat to get my more free, cause I know I got somewhere to be.
Day to Day by La Chrome. I think you were flowing on this. So you were on beat for the most part. Then there were like these moments where you just kind of like stumbling over your words a lot, or the words were very shortly pronounced. So it was just kind of like all blended together, and it was really hard to make out what you're saying. But like, I think I could hear the rhythm, and I could hear you keeping up with the timing and everything. It's just two things. I think the vocals could be a little bit louder, a little bit more clear. And there was just like so condensed in some of the things that you were trying to say with that short staccato-ish kind of flow that it was hard to make out what you were saying. Like I'd go a couple of lines I could understand, and then it sounded like that. It literally just sounded like you were making the sounds on the beat, but not really saying anything. So I think if you can space out your wording a little bit, spread out how you pronunciate things, it would go a long way to the listener being able to, you know, get into what you're saying and comprehending some of those parts. I'd give it a 6 where it's at. It also feels like a little bit too long. Like you had that moment at the end where I was like, is it done yet? And it just kind of like the energy stopped because you stopped rapping or you stopped saying anything, and then it came back in. So like be cognizant of that, like making sure like it feels like there's a purpose behind each moment. Like if you do have to stop saying something, is the beat sound like it's progressing to another section? Or are you doing some background vocals? Something to make sure that the listener knows where the track is headed. But I give it a 6 where it's at.
Yeah. Like I like the style. I think kind of like Dice said, I was just picking up on, kind of maybe the stiffness of the flow. Like there was parts where it did seem a little like condensed, right? The other thing that I just want to point out as far as like suggestions or, things that I notice, I think the, when you listen to the beat, there's certain parts where it feels like, just kind of empty, right? Because like you have this pretty complex chorus, it repeats multiple times throughout, and you're saying a lot of stuff in there. I think just as far as songwriting, structure, spiritually, the feeling of the song, I think that having a very simple chorus and then kind of leaving the complexity to the verses oftentimes is a lot more effective. And so in some of these parts, like the beat is actually amplified. And I was like, oh, this would be a perfect place for a chorus. But instead there's nothing there. And you kind of let the beat just kind of do its own thing for like 4 bars. So I would just say like listening to the beat, I'd have to listen again, but it felt like maybe there was a part that would have made like a good chorus that we just kind of ignored. Outside of that though, I think first listen, interesting lyrics, like interesting style. Like I can tell that, you're kind of playing around with the flow a little bit. And there's some times in the pocket where it really works. So I'll give it a 6.2 where it's at.
Word. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the community though. Next up, Calico James. Let me know about Hook, broski. It's not a freestyle. That means he wrote it down, Bird.
What? Writing? Calico? Okay.
We'll see. Here's New Pact 2.
You already know who it is.
No, they don't. They super don't. We should, let them know.
Big 601, big shit only, Mississippi streets.
What? Suburbs, sorry. What you mean? Gated community, but let's get it. Hey, blue faces and blue skies. Closed cases and goodbyes. Closed doors and broke windows. Blunts full of endo, but we still outside. Came out west, but we still south side. Niggas don't know, full of kin, I'll slide. Praying to the paper, but my God don't die. Money motivators make my birds fly high. Like, wait, hold up, no, we got good, yeah. They like roll up, this a new pathway. She like show up, this is just an egg, huh? Till we blow away, Wait, hold up, no, we got good, yeah. They like roll up, this is like a new path. She like show up, this is just an egg way. Till we blow away.
I see the vision and I'm sticking to my plan. Making money, my religion got me worshiping my bands. Weed got me seeing clearly, got the world up in my hands. Drip harder than a wave, I make you bitches touch the sand. Nah, want a milli, give a fuck about some bands. Want that nigga, give a fuck if that's your man, huh? Foreign trick, and I think he from Japan, huh? Yo nigga lurking, got him stalking like a PI. He say he love me like I'm tiny and he T.I. That nigga lying cause I seen it with my third eye. Bad bitty off the licky, yeah she turned by. 20 blunts up in the section, yeah we dumb high.
Wait, hold up, no, we got good, yeah. They like roll up, this is like a new path. She like show up, this is just an egg way. Till we blow away, babe. Wait, hold up, no, we got good, yeah. They like roll up, this is like a new path. She like show up, this is just an egg way. Till we blow away, babe.
Cut off the beat or
Fade it
or fill it in. Yeah, those are the two options.
All right.
Yeah, for this one, let's talk about it. So the hook, like I like the energy on it, but like I think it's a mix issue, right? Because I'm like hearing your breathing. You know what I mean? Like it's like I hear your lungs. I'm inside of your lung right now as this is playing in my ear. You know what I mean? Like I like what you did. I'm not mad at the tonality of it, but somebody in the chat said too much moaning. And I think that comes from just the mix makes it so present and you can kind of hear your breathes, your moans. So I would just say for both the chorus and the Chicks verse, like the volume on the vocals, I think can be pared back a little bit. She kind of crushed though. She kind of ate that beat as far as like the delivery and like, you know, she was rapping. She had some bars. So I'm actually impressed overall at what this was. I just think it suffered from some mix issues. I give it a 7.5.
Oops, didn't mean to move Bird out there. Yeah, I like this a lot. But agree with everything you said. I always like Calico's energy. It's just, I think there's stylistic choices in the wording and the mix that always kind of makes or breaks the tracks. I think the ad libs were just too high and too present, which became a distraction. But I also think sometimes with your tracks, I wish that you had a feeling or had an event that you were talking about rather than just trying to string together. I think you're stringing together thoughts rather than writing about a thought is how I would phrase it. And I wish that sometimes your tracks had more direction. I'm not saying every track needs a very specific and narrow topic, but you kind of meander across the beat until you get the finish line rather than saying, I have a goal. Let me put the story together to get to that goal. But you always have great energy. I think y'all do balance each other well vocally. It's just mix issues. I just think the ad libs are just too high. And I just felt like I wanted more out of the track and probably a little bit of the beat added to that feeling as well. I didn't think the beat was really all that unique or special or cool. I give this a 6. All right. Later, Tongue Hero. Oh, Finsky has another track. Does this one work?
Finsky.
Nope, Finsky 0 for 2.
Damn.
All right, Will the Cook, Nas, Hit Boy type beat, Crossroads. Beat switch at 140. Okay, you got my attention, Will. Oh wait, never mind. All Savant just gifted a sub, so
hell yeah, Savant. Let's get it.
You expect me to pronounce that clearly live on a stream? Not happening.
Take your best shot.
Nope. Not gonna do it. Just gonna press the play button.
Okay.
Nowadays I'm living lavish. 2 days without on my back. Yes, I'm gonna fuck the city up. Pop some pills, get the feeling up. Not again. Catching the high to see if I could find it, but I can't find no peace. I think this the final piece. Tragedy strikes from hardest. When you come home, your mother strung out on a couch in a damn apartment. Come on, alert. Where did that come from? Thought you gotta run from. Can't laugh. Cross the line. Don't get mad at me. Don't get mad at me. Lord. Got me 1 time, it's love. Got me 2 times, it's fuck. Killing niggas for they pedigree, they loot. I get evil, ride around with demons in a coupe. Pop, skirt! Give me her, give me you. Don't need 1, I need 2.
That's it. It's All Savant with Poor Eternus.
Poor Eternus. Poor. If you knew her, you'd poo her. Anyways.
Don't know what that means.
You knew better, do better. Look. I liked some of this. I like parts of this. It's tough. Like, I mean, I don't know. It almost feels like an unfinished thought You know what I mean? It's like hard to rank this as like, here's what it is as a song. It's like, it's not really a song. It's kind of you just kind of fucking around and having fun. But this one, I was having fun along with you. I think from a technicality standpoint, some of the vocals were a little harsh in the mix. Like whatever effects that you're doing on there, there was some extremes where you're like, a little sharp. Kind of a fun little whatever. You know, I could see this as like an interlude or something. I'll give it a 7. I'm not mad at it. There's parts to like.
No problem, Lachrome. We do this every Sunday for the free queue, and then subscribers, we have a Wednesday show, do the same, but Discord is always open and available. That's what we do this for. As for this track, yeah, I don't think that we've ever heard a finished thought from Austin. We've heard like one finished mix track, but it always feels like a sketch pad. Like, I don't think this is actually even mixed because the levels are just high and low. The vocals just sound very raw. It just doesn't feel fleshed out and polished. And I think that's my biggest gripe with these rough cuts that you provide, is that there's no polish to them. Like, even from a demo perspective, like, we get a lot of works in progress, right? Sully submitted one early in the show. We had a couple others, but they feel like they're further along mix-wise than anything that you submit. And I think that's where perhaps it's just disappointment, because I see the potential in the vocals, but it's also a little bit confusion because I'm not sure where you're going to take these things next. Like, if it's just I hit record and then I submitted this, I could understand that. If you say, well, I hit record Tuesday and then I did a little dabbling with the mix on Friday and then I submitted this, then I'm confused, because it doesn't feel like you're spending a lot of time progressing your works towards the finish line. It just feels like you just make a lot of notes in the notepad and then you're like, oh, I made this a couple weeks ago. Let me share this one. So that's how I feel about this. It just feels like a sketch, like a pencil sketch, and there's no going back and retracing the lines to say this line is going to be permanent here. I'm definitely going to keep this line, or wait, let me erase this line. It just feels like a rough pencil sketch, and I don't know where you're going with it. For that reason, I give it a 6, because like there's parts of it that I like and I see potential, but at the same time, it doesn't feel like it even has a finished direction. It's almost like a voice note recording, like, oh, on my way home, I'm driving. Right. Let me record this song, and then you just forgot about it, and you're like, oh, well, let me share this.
Yeah, let me lay something down on my iPhone. Yeah.
But shout out Alcemont.
Shout the fuck out, man. Shout out.
Who the hell was next? Will the Cook? There he is.
Will he cook? Will he not cook?
See you at the crossroads, D-Bird.
See you at the crossroads,
where you won't be lonely.
You sure?
Might be.
Okay. Come on now. You know, it's funny. He might be the only producer that says type beat, and it is that type beat. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, this is a Hit Boy type beat for sure. Fuck you, Saquon Barkley. Just saying.
Yes. Okay.
Got some work to do to help me out.
Random, but okay. get it. Yeah, man. Will's a good producer. For all the frustrating conversations that we've had with him, I would never discount his skill as a producer. He's super versatile, always fresh listens that we've had, especially over the last year. I think he's really stepped up his content. I like this. I would say the only thing that I would nitpick about it is that even though it doesn't need a lot of change-ups, I would like to hear a little bit more like technique as far as like maybe some ear candy, some chops, some I don't know, some change-ups here and there to break apart that first minute and 40 before we get to the change-up. I hear a little bit more of it in the change-up section from skipping through, but not a lot of it in the first half. So that'd be the only thing that I would really like take away, but I'd still give this a 9.
Look, this is probably going to be a hot take, but I was listening and I was like, oh, knocked this out of the fucking park. Like, you wanted to do a Nas Hit Boy type beat. That's exactly what this was. And I was just like, yeah, 10, shrug 10. Universal, you nailed it. I got to say, I didn't like the switch up. I didn't like the second half of the beat. It felt like the scratch noises felt a little stock, a little like, just a little basic. And then the just the pad that kept on getting hit over and over and over is just like, to me, it just felt like the energy came down a little bit in the second half. So my take is like, just keep the first half, maybe make it a 2 minutes and 30-second song. Easy chorus, verse, done. Hit Boy. I'll still give it an 8. I think it's really well put together, but it was a universal 10 for me before the switch up.
All right, next up, ZG Ambition made this last night while buzzed.
Okay.
I need to know about the people in the picture.
I do too. These people don't have faces. Why?
Yeah. Why did you?
What happened to their faces?
Are they murderers? Are they criminals?
What on the run? Alex Acer says it's hard.
I think I got it. All right, that was ZG with Ambition. I like this. Before all the guitars and the other elements came in, I was going to say that the clap sounded just very stock and basic. The clap in the intro just felt flat. I liked when everything came together. Maybe some of the mix could be tweaked so that the guitar isn't so heavy on the right hand side. But I think overall the composition sounds good. Just maybe like some slight tweaks in the balance of the mix that would help, give some things some space. Oh, I have to hear the last bit. I'm being forced. Okay. Yeah, I like the drums. I like the drums. I like the drums in the main pattern, the main melody. I like the arrangement. I just think that some sort of difference in the mix, how it's balanced would make it feel a little bit better. Can't quite put my finger on it. I just know that main high guitar is heavy on the right hand side. The low melody that you have is more on the left hand side. Maybe bringing them more towards the center. I give this 8.5.
Well, I would tend to agree with Alex Acer. This hard. Yeah, this was cool. I fucking loved everything about it. Other than one little slight tweak. I would make, well, I guess 2 slight tweaks because I realized I had 2 things to say. I love everything about this, but I do think, kind of to Dice's point, the guitars in the mix could be brought down a little bit volume-wise. I think that will just sit better in the mix. The other big piece, I think the biggest piece for me, is the drum pattern. I like the drum pattern. To me, it felt like the kick should have a deeper element to it. Like it felt, I was thinking stock as far as the kick goes. And I think that if you put like a lower, like tone down that kick, so instead of it coming in like pa, it's like pull. I think that would crush. But overall, I still love this shit. That bluesy guitar gets me going. I'm gonna give this a 9 and like a fucking 20 if you can fix that kick.
We don't go that high.
I would.
Okay. It's breaking the scales, huh? All right. Okay.
You know, it's my show just as much as it's your show, so I can make up whatever fucking rules I want. I'm gonna give it a 2 chicken dances. I'm gonna give it I'm gonna give that beat 4 titties up.
I'm gonna give it a baka.
Yeah.
All right. Here is Sotorius, Microwave Chemistry. Older track he did a few years ago. Okay.
Interesting. Now, do we think this is a teacher creeping on a kid in a wheelchair? What is this picture? It's a man with glasses.
It's a couple of people making some meth in the after-school science lab.
Oh, yeah, I didn't see the beaker. Yeah, this is like if Waltz, instead of, connecting with Jesse, connected with, one of his
his girlfriend that he watched choke and die. Yeah.
Dude, we just watched that moment again. Spoilers if you haven't seen Breaking Bad, but also if you haven't seen Breaking Bad, what's wrong with you? Yeah, that was a moment. And he's just sitting there like, oh, I could help, but this bitch sucks. So you see him doing the math and you're like,
he's like, he made a business decision. He's like, nah, I can't do it.
Yeah.
All right, here's Sotorius, Microwave Chemistry.
Microwave is other artist names that the city used to do. Okay.
Breaking news, she's breaking bad. Damn, she looking right. We got chemistry. Someone call her Walter White. Damn, she looking righteous, glowing under the soft light. She the perfect size, she come up to show the height.
Breaking news, I'm breaking bad. Damn, it's feeling right. We got chemistry. Someone call up Walter White.
I'm a chef with this pen, I go to rest with this pen. I got chickens in the coop, I ride with these hands. I say hi to her friends, they wanna ride in my Benz. That booty looking blessed, I'm thanking God, amen. 20 grams of reefer, we rollin' and we twisted up. I melted in this couch, I swear to God I'm not getting up. Short glass with some ice, we top it off with whiskey. She said my fit is crispy, it's time to get frisky.
What the hell is this?
Who the hell
Life
is
is like a fucking movie. Life is short like a doobie. So spend this time to be goofy. You got my brain numb, I'ma call you Smoothie. Breaking news, she's breaking bad, damn she looking right. We got chemistry, someone call her Walter White. Damn she looking righteous, glowing under the soft light. She the perfect size, she come up to show the height.
Breaking news, I'm breaking bad. Damn, it's feeling right. We got chemistry. Someone call up Walter White.
Her favorite drink tequila with some lime. She makes the hustle always worth the grind. I would do the time if she the crime. I wouldn't trade $1 for this dime. I'm stuck in my zone, the world's my home. Go to my throne, I'm twisted, I'm thrown. She wants the bone, calling my phone. I'm reading a tone, I hear her moan. She loves the unknown, I got her alone. She knows that I'm grown, fly as a drone. We twist and we turn and the fire is burning. We not in our pee, but this is immersion. Life is like a fucking movie. Life is short like a doobie. So spend this time to be goofy. You got my brain numb, I'ma call you Smoothie. Breaking news, she's breaking bad, damn she looking right. We got chemistry, someone call her Walter White. Damn she looking righteous, glowing under the soft light. She the perfect size, she come up to show the height.
All right. Sartorius, microwave, chemistry. Yeah, she does have some pipes, as one would refer to the vocal cords. Old song. How old is this song? A few years, 3 years, I guess. I liked it. I don't like the beat. I feel like the beat is just too jazzy for rap. But I think you guys made the style work, especially with her singing on it. And I think you did a decent job keeping up that flow of the kind of the downward jazz darkness of it. The one thing that I hear when I'm listening to you is that you do a lot of the vocal things that we wish other people would do. And I don't think that you necessarily need to do them. Like at the end of your lines, like you kind of hang on to the words like da 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 da. Like I think that your voice is so commanding and so powerful that you don't necessarily need to do those vocal tactics as much, even though that when we hear other people, they say words very short and don't have that cadence, that swagger about them. It's weird. It's almost like you're overselling sometimes, is what I would say. I don't hear a lot of it in this, but I'm just listening to you and thinking like in total what we've heard. And I think that maybe you're overselling it sometimes because you hear like how other people are performing. And I think that this track kind of highlighted to me that like you can just say things with your powerful, deep voice and it would like still command that same impact and that same presence. And you could probably do something like a delay, like a low delay on it, and it would still give you that same effect. I just think also this track was just long. That last verse was definitely like, you know, I was past the point of like enjoyment, and now I'm like, what's going on? I would give this a 7 though, maybe 7.5. 7.5. I'm at a 7.5 because I think both of y'all did a solid job. I think it's a well put together track. Subjectively, it's just not that interesting to me, but objectively, I think you guys did a decent job.
Yeah. I'll just start with, I think you guys did good as well. Yeah, Feature, insane voice. Great voice. I kind of hear what Dice is saying. I actually put it on the beat. I think the beat was like slower. And then so you kind of oversold some of the words you were doing because you were trying to match the tempo of the beat, which was so goddamn slow. It was crawling at the pace of a turtle. So great examples of that is like Life is Short, like a fucking movie. Like you had to put fucking in there as filler just to try and get to the right timing. But you could have used more words and made it a little bit more interesting and more comfortable on that slow ass beat. But overall, I think it's good. The only other thing I'd say, like critique wise, is like just some of the writing, you know, when it like you're trying to do the like we have chemistry and you kind of like emphasize tree. I think that's a point where you oversold, like you're saying it weird to like maybe overperform. She like Walter White. I'm like, okay, well, do you really want to be banging Walter White? You know what I mean? Like this old fucking man who's like creeping and sniffing on the girl in the wheelchair in the picture. It's just weird when you make these comparisons where it's like, okay, this is, you know, the love that I'm pursuing, you know, we have chemistry. Here's this old man. Now here's a visual of this old man inserting into our love story. It's just a little, I don't know, something to think about when writing these types of songs. I'm not mad at it though. I'll give it a 7. I think it's good for an old track. Insane Feature.
Yeah. Next up, Lukitz. Made this last year, but still liked what they did on it. Asylum, produced by Trunks Beats. That's
Trunks,
Sluice Logic's guy who makes the 2010s internet rap contest beats.
That's the one.
Take a listen.
My attention, I got confidence. Y'all listen, don't got high with it. Y'all get it, nowhere top of it. What's missing? Lost from pirates. So I'm in it, but I spark vision. Collision, how why y'all winning? No, this is not a one kickers. Go fishing. I'm hammering in, but I'm faster than foreign. Blabbing again about any, of course. I wear it like creatures you see in the force. I'm not a Jedi, but I'm using the force. Get some of the fat that I rap on the core. And strip it is private, you cannot on board. I rip on the silence and make up the more. I need an asylum to 10 on score. I'm a mastermind, excellent time. It's the grand design, cause I have arrived. Heavily on a mission of a gravity is getting me into the level peak. You would never reach enemies. So I'm like the bird to the gas of me. Energy for days, no drink, any type of feed. Rapidly rap like I'm rapping on a legacy. Masterfully mad, magic, and I'm making currently. Disturbingly, definition of insanity. Every part is active puppet that is naturally. In a century, I guess it's an event to be another technique that I spring us into a better feeling. Another crazy trappers and a better that I pack and takes up as a new backup and expectations raised. Reviving us a new fandoms at the class of day. Shooting to the booty, you the cutting as a his array. Out a new path with the music that we listen to. They look back at the past and see all the stuff that we have been through. Yeah, it's an evolution of rap from the hood, cause I had to improve to get cash. And they proved all of that. They can move the Atlantic. Your cool, her collagen is moves in the math in the booth. I am to infuse it with dance like you brew. When I play how my shoes leave a pen and blue. I reject you if you tryna catch what I do like a broken computer. You try. Gotta work hard to get it. You and pick your spots. It's the sock. Keep improving whether it is or not. Tie the info together. Are they wins or not? When I gotta flow with it like a river guy. When you stop by, listen, you get hit with shock. Barry Allen got jealous. Now he's switching up like the light when the currents go glitching up. Infect shots. Stay a bait up and me spilling so out. Full of potential inside my cerebral, but the world is evil with so many people that feel to deceive you and constantly beat you like books made of glass. They are easy to read you while breaking and letting them finish a statement. It's vacancy inside my trailer betrayal. You trailing behind like containers and trains. I betraying myself to find ways to extend you cause I'm a mastermind, excellent in time. It's the grand design, cause I have arrived. I'm a mastermind, excellent in time. It's the grand design, cause I have arrived. Hey. Find another one like me, I create everything I can think of, I feel my scenes. All of the things so that the night sleep, I dream. And sentiment to the lyrics I see, it's a dream come true. Like a psychedelic like Shakespeare, they try to come and fight me. Roaming souls from all the genres I keep, I peep into the skies, I guess all I be. Come on, look at the blue from my feet, dots in the skies, can imagine the shine feeble. Brains couldn't see the cold igniting, can't keep feeling it to the end of my being. I'm locked in like I couldn't find my keys, my piano has taught me to find beats. I feel so liberated, I'm high free.
That was Lukitz with Asylum, made last year. Okay, yeah, the vocals are definitely super muffled. It just sounds like you've got your hand in front of your mouth when you're rapping. So I think that kind of detracts a little bit from it. The other thing I would say is, man, this beat does not give me hip hop vibes. I say that with all due respect. It sounds like something that Eminem would use for the lead single of his album, which is historically always a goofy track that really feels out of place in the context of the rest of his albums. Like, it gives me I'm the real Slim Shady, hi, my name is type shit. I think these kind of beats, yeah, my band, I think these kind of beats should be pushed over to the pop world, or, you know, for singers to sing on, because when a rapper raps on it, what do you end up doing? You end up rapping fast and you end up saying a lot of stuff, and a lot of it just blows right by at 100 miles per hour. I got lost in the flow here. It just, when you rap fast, is it rapping fast because it's adding value to the track, or are you rapping fast because you're trying to keep up with the beat and you think it sounds cool? Maybe the first verse, or, you know, one verse here and there, it would work, but it's just too much words to really like have a lasting impression on me. I think you did a good job on the hook though. The hook was cool, but yeah, the audio quality was kind of a detractor overall. I'd give this a 6.
What in the polka Oktoberfest fuck was that beat? I hated it. I hated it. Sorry, Trunks. Garbage. As far as Lukitz and Friends, I think he had a feature on here. Maybe not. I don't know.
Nope.
Either way, it felt like you found a pocket to use in the beat flow-wise and just kind of kept with it. The problem with the pocket was, like, you were forced to, based on this beat, rap super fast, kind of like Dice said, and it just kind of felt like word salad a little bit, right? And I think that you maybe delivery wise weren't able to use your strongest delivery because you're trying to go so fast with the beat. So you're always kind of running out of breath and kind of like talking a little higher because I have to keep up with the beat so far. And it's just like, I wanted you to be able to say it with your chest, and I don't think the beat allowed that. So I'm gonna put this all on the beat. That shit belongs in Sam Goody from 1999, meaning gone forever. This was a 5 because you didn't do bad over it. I think you just maybe lacked a little bit on the delivery. That beat was hard though. It's like one of those German. It reminded me of one of those like fake German towns where they like are Christmas year round and they're all like running around in lederhosen. You're like, Greg, you work at the post office. Like, the fuck are we doing here?
Dude, it's 90 degrees out. Please take off the earmuffs. All right. Next up, The Fallen Dove, Exploding Stars.
Right off the bat, the beat's exploding. Fallen Dove told me once, they're like, I think it's the beat, but I do. Yeah.
When them styles broke, got me like comatose. My wrist ain't froze, even got a nice halo. Kicking a mad ice and haze, get withdrawals on stage. Crusher when I shake, on the cutting craze. Go home and crack a seal, you little rat. Spin a wheel, I spin a bike that's real. Fucking girl on a pill. She got a little jungle, kind of Croatia. And I can barely breathe, call me Darth Vader. Export that pussy, I'm a mesa. When I hit it fast, call me Space Laser. Put some in the crush, we got me in a rush. Smoking some for lunch, and then I got it done. When them styles broke, got me like comatose. My wrist ain't froze, even got a nice halo. Put some in the crush, we got me in a rush. Smoking some for lunch, and then I got it done. When them styles broke, got me like comatose. My wrist ain't froze, even got a nice halo. Hit that bitch with a brrr. Hit that bitch with a brrr.
That was Fallen Dove with Exploding Stars.
Look, this might be a hot take, but I didn't hate that. I think, look, let me just lay a baseline here. I think that beat, I hate everything about that beat. It's too loud, it's too much, but I understand the youths like some of these crazy sounds because, maybe when they were 1 year old, the sounds of America Online modems crept into their psyche and it's never left. So for me, I heard the beat. I was like, oh, God damn it. This sucks. But there's people out there that like this type of style. And for the style, Dove, I thought, brought a different energy, wasn't monotone, kind of matched the excitement level of the beat in some senses. Sure, there's some nitpicky stuff we could say about the lyrics and just kind of the way that the overall thing landed. But I think you did your thing on this. I'll give this I'm gonna say 6. I want to go up higher, like on an objective level of like, if you like this type of music, I think you did a good job on it. But fuck that beat. 6.
Yeah, the beat definitely sucked. Yeah, I think the energy is a little bit better. I just didn't like the song, and I feel like it kind of just goes back to vocabulary. Like, I feel like you really have to step up your vocab because it's always about crushing drinks, fucking pussies and something. And I
Isn't
say
it
this
always though? Isn't that
It
what
is.
life's all about?
But I say that with all due respect because it's like I've said the same thing to like Self Savior. I've said the same thing to Cyclone. I've said the same thing to other people. So it's not like I'm just reining in on Fallen Dove, but like every song has the same like 3-4 rotating topics. It's like drugs, pussy, and depression. I gotta have more out of it. But you nailed the style that you were going for. Just I found the song just uninteresting and repetitive if I try to separate it from your other songs. I give it a 5. All right. Got a tip from Fallen Dove, so we'll just play this one next. This is the competition beat that they retouched.
This is a certified hood classic.
Oh fuck! Scared the shit out of me.
You're getting bombed by Russia?
What is this high pitched whistle? Is this? Am I having a seizure?
Got it. What'd you think, Bird?
Look, just right off the bat, the clap and that whistle, like the missile that you fired right into my goddamn brain. How dare you? But I liked the beat overall. I think both of those things need to be turned way down. Like the mix levels are insane for those things. The clap definitely like put that negative 12 dBs. Same thing with the fucking siren. Everything else was great. I think the sample flip was dope. I mean, the one piece here is just kind of the repetitiveness, right? You have that one saxophone that kind of goes throughout, and it plays, at the start of every 2 measures and just kind of goes throughout it. But I like the drums you did here. I like the sample. I wish there was maybe a counter melody for the like another saxophone sample that you could kind of mix in there. So that's my only real drawback from that, other than the insane easy fixes for turning down the 2 layers. I just wanted a little more variety, but I liked everything you did outside of that. I'm going to give this a 7.5 with a finger wag for How Dare You Hurt My Precious Little Ears.
Yeah, the hi-hats and the finger snaps way too loud. They're just overpowering in general. And I said the same thing when you submitted this for the competition, is that I like the choice of the saxophone that you sampled, but it's just repetitive throughout. Like it just is everlasting and it doesn't change. If you could have like duplicated it and pitched it up, pitched it down, added some layers to it, or found another section to sample to kind of counterbalance it, it would go a long way to breaking up that monotonous sound of it. But just the fact that it repeats over and over again, it just becomes fatigued at some point. And I think the sound effects don't even need to be there. Like the bomb dropping, this is a certified hood banger. Like it just feels silly in the context of how the saxophone sounds. And I think my comment in the competition was that those things would be better added after some vocals are added to the track, where somebody can say, okay, the artist did this. It makes sense to have these sound effects. The beat by itself, standalone, it just sounds a little bit silly and out of place. I'd give this a 6.5.
And how about this? Use that beat. Why don't you try rapping on that thing instead of the fucking like that? Do that.
It'd be a change in pace, yeah. All right, Sleek Ivory, new beat 3 for Sync.
Ringtone type beat. Is my alarm going off?
Got about 11 more. Here's my thought on this. If this was for non-video game usage, the tempo is too fast. If this is for like character is at some, you're playing Final Fantasy, characters at a shop, or they're walking through, they, just got out of the forest and they're walking into a town and this is playing, it works. I think it's too fast for human use. It's perfect for digital use is how I would liken this. I give it a 7.
I was kind of trying to put my mind in the same place of like, where would this land in Sync World, right? And I was like, I don't see it as a video game. I don't see it at like, where would this? And then I was like, boner pills. Like this is definitely like the medication while you have these old white people like throwing balls for their dog in the backyard, and some fast narrators like, and this is going to cause diarrhea and constipation and cancer if you use this. Like that's what this was. It's a prescription pill song. I think you nailed it. So once I learned that it was for prescription drugs and shilling those to Americans on TV, I'm into it. I think it's 8. I'm going to give it a solid 9 sample, but I see what Dice is saying. I think you could slow it down.
If you have an erection longer than 3 days, please call a physician.
Physician? What about my girlfriend?
Take her with you to the doctor.
Mm.
All right. We got a tip from Fallen Dove. X World.
X world to the next world.
Poppin' on X world, poppin' on X, poppin' on X world, poppin' on X, poppin' on Marley, give it up with that Harley, going to X world, we poppin' on X world. Time is cold as Siberia, walk redder than Beria, I'm not fearing ya, so high I'm not hearing ya, how hotter than Syria, she ain't even near ya, Glocky stay curing ya, bullets be quenching ya, but gonna cause a thousand, must see when you come around, yo, since just like a cow, you scent must cost a pound, no hoes allowed, no dumb hoes in our crowd, spray the hose when I plow like a farmer coming to town. Popping on X on X world. Popping on X.
Like a farmer coming to town.
X world. Popping on X, yeah. Popping on Molly, fucking shawty. Popping on X, Popping on Molly, fucking shawty. Popping on X world. Popping on X, popping on X, popping on X world. Popping on X, popping on X, popping on X world. Fucking on next, fucking on next, fucking on next girl. Popping on X, popping on X, fucking on next girl. Put the blade in your neck, feeling like I'm British. And I'm counting checks only cause I'm sinning. I don't wanna hear nothing, you ain't even winning. The devil in my hair got me fucking grinning. Popping on X world, popping on X, yeah. 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 Popping on X, 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 popping on X on X world, popping on X, popping on X, popping on X, popping on X on X world, popping on X,
All right, it was X World by the Fallen Dove. Again, the content is like 4 or 5 rotating topics. This one just drugs. So I think the mannerisms in which you say the words, the lyrics in his, it makes it feel like it's almost like I'm going to like the House of Mirrors and it's like a sideshow circus act. Like you're very like over enunciating, over pronouncing, over adding tones to things, and it just comes off less believable and more silly. Like popping on X world. Like, why would you say it like that? Say popping on X world. If you're gonna say it like it, and I think it kind of goes back to what we were saying last year, just using a normal voice instead of like putting on this theatrics. It just feels silly from a listening perspective. And everything was pitched down on this, which I think kind of helped it overall. But then the way that you pronunciated everything, it just took that addition away, and it just kind of put me back in that same spot. And it just felt repetitive overall with the hook. I give it a 4.
Yeah, this was a tough listen. I mean, we've been all over the board today. Everything Dice said, I would double down on. I think the, lower, like, I'm going to put on a voice, like it felt goofy. And then with the lyrics, it felt even goofier. You're like a farmer coming to town because the girls are cows. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? No. Bad. No. This gets a 2 from me.
All right, next up, Descendant of Root. Where the hoes at? I want to find out too.
Good question.
Yeah, line wasting time, how you do that? Get rich, fuck the bitch, I'ma do that. Drinking tears is my right for y'all to feel bad. Live in fear that I live like a broke ass. We get dancing in this bitch if you want son. Flash your little tricks, yeah, that's all you got, bro. Teach you lesson, sit in your little desk, pay attention. Spit about game, I ain't gotta mention. You a lame, can't even lend affection to the yard. Where do I start? It's your part. Reading your heart, insecurity, rid of your bars. Reading little fiction, you bitches as weak as your card. Feeling that feeling apart. I'ma be bigger than 1,000-pound bitch out in Europe. You gon' be found dead in 1,000-pound pussy, double cut with some syrup. We on different things.
You is closed for today.
All I had to bear my boss said, bitches saying New
You
York.
is closed for today, but we take submissions.
But where the hoes at? I fuck with you too, but where the hoes at? Slap the fat ass so hard it smack back. That hoe too bad like Dylan from Batman. Got some nice pants, now how can I slide in? Be a nice friend and wait for that time in. When your boyfriend and you are not vibing, I lean back, let that girl beg for piping.
Yeah, if you wanted to get played today, you can tip or subscribe or gift a sub. Otherwise, queue's closed for today, but you can get in line early for next week.
Girls like a good dude if you vibrant. Forbidden fruit best when it ripens.
Word.
Good with the ghost, good Lord. I can swim where the words, good Lord. I can swim with the sharks, good God. I got the heart, good God. Where should I start, good God? That's not your part, good God. I'm in your heart, good God.
Right. That was Descendant of Root. Where the hose at? Did you find the hose, Bird?
Found one. But she's no longer a hoe. She ain't a hoe, no mo. Look, this was a really fun beat. It felt like everything was just a little bit too loud, both the beat and the vocals. I liked, like, you had some amount of personality that came through here. I think just the writing didn't fit the beat. Like, I don't think that if there was writing, like, parts of it was like, oh, this is probably a freestyle. Like, you know, when he's like, good God, like over and over, I was like, I don't know. I don't think he wrote this down. I think he's just vibing with the beat and saying shit. But along with that, some of the lines kind of carried over past where they should have as far as the flow goes. So I would just say, like, if you would have kept that same energy and kind of had a more traditional flow in the pocket on this beat, I think it would have been a lot more effective than, like, sometimes your words are spilling over into the next line and it just kind of doesn't hit the way that this beat demands fun. It's not a bad listen. I'd give it a 7.
Yeah, it was a decent track. I think from my perspective, it was just missing excitement in the mix and maybe some layers in the vocal, because it just felt like Bird said, there was parts of it where it just felt like freestyle, just kind of meandering with the feeling of it, but it didn't seem like the content was reined in from a mix perspective. There wasn't, at times it sounded almost a little over compressed, but it felt like all that was done was like get the vocals right where the beat is at and then add some reverb, and that was pretty much all there was to it. So just some, you know, engineering tricks here and there and maybe some layers would probably have gone a long way to make your energy feel like the energy that matched the beat. Otherwise, it just felt like you were kind of just doing whatever you wanted and then the beat just happened to be there. But still a fun track. I just think it didn't quite hit where the vision was going. I'd give it a 6.5. Prod JP, Playboy Cardi, Pierre Bourne type beat. Start. Who is Pierre Bourne?
I've heard the name before. Don't they have a underage child sex slave in their car or something?
I'm gonna press play and not address that.
Trunk Girls.
Not to be confused with Trunks Beats.
Or to be confused.
Extended intro. Do we need the extended intro?
Every time I talk, the shit like cuts out, which is weird. Throw me off.
I think I know what I want to say. The drums are definitely underwhelming to me. Like, I wish the drums were harder and more present. The beat itself, it lacks energy to me. Like, I feel like you had an okay melody and everything else. The hi-hats, it's just okay to me. Like, nothing really kind of stood out to say, oh man, this is an interesting sound or this is an interesting pattern here. Everything was just kind of safe, and the drums being underwhelming at that same time just kind of left me wanting more. I give this a 5.
I'm not mad at this. I think that I hear what you're saying about the drums. I think also with the main melodies, I think maybe playing with the attack a little bit more, like bam, 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 bam. You know, like that would just add a little bit more energy, a little bit more bounce. So you could maybe think about how to incorporate some of those elements. Yeah, the drums, I do think maybe putting some 808s in there to really give it some kick would help. But I overall, I like the sounds and how they fit together. So I'm going to give it a 6.5. I'll give it 7.
All right, here is Cyclone, Little Kid.
Walking through these hallways, seeing other kids laying in rest in peace. Thinking if that was me, no, that was foreign. Can't look too deep now, just a little kid. Looking out the window, won't that be me? Stuck in clothes, far as I see. Hearing knocking, here comes a witch. Brewing potions, knocks up an itch. Being too long feels like a cycle. Going too deep, turn to caught the Bible. Pray to get me, just a lost boy. Won't I leave me and you in between? Childhood's gone, felt too long. Everything looks clean, safe without me. Childhood's gone, felt too long. Safe without me. Walking through these hallways, seeing other kids laying in rest in peace. Thinking if that was me, no, that was foreign. Can't look too deep now, just a little kid. Stepping outdoors, it's been too long. Got a whole different roads, my mind's been strode. How will I function? Which question? They saying too much, got myself testing. Can't tell it's real or fake. Difference between you and I, no map to guide my eyes. Learning from myself, feeling stuck. All these trials I see, bad luck. It's no escape from feeling safe. All the pressure on my way. Push everyone, push them away. They want the worst from me on display. Found my way out, having no doubts. Time to go scout and grow a sprout. Found my way out, having no doubts. Time to go scout and grow a sprout. Walking through these hallways, seeing other kids laying in rest in peace. Thinking if that was me, no, that was foreign. Can't be too deep now, just a little kid.
Is this about a school shooting? You walk in and you see little kids laying on the ground, rest in peace. That's what that's. The good things. I think you did a good job keeping your tones in line with where the melody was. Like, I think you did a good job harmonizing alongside the beat. I think for the mix, I would remove a little bit more of the low end EQs out of your vocals, because you have a deep cadence in your voice, and I think it's blending into the beat a little bit, and it would make your vocals sit a little bit more present on top of the beat. The things that I feel like still need improvement is just wording. Some of the sentences feel awkward or don't make sense the way that you're saying them. I kind of got lost in the story about what was going on, because I struggled with like making sense of the things that you were saying. I'll give it a 6.
What up, Calatano? That's how I'm going to say that. Could be wrong. Or Kawan Atano. Oh, shit. I almost fucked
You
it
almost killed yourself.
I did. I was close. Well, that didn't make me want to kill myself, Cyclone. So that's the good news. I also have a very strong sense of needing to live. I like this style for you. I think this is kind of a fun, upbeat. You know, I think it makes you not hold your words too long. At least there was some progression in that, right? I don't think you're like, oh, like doing that because you can't with this beat. I think the upbeat thing suits you. But I agree with the lyrics. I agree with just some of them were just so awkward. Just because you can think of a rhyme doesn't mean that it fits with the story or the theme. You know, when you're saying something about like gonna sprout, like I could have misheard, but I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? So I think it's just that was my biggest issue with this, is just some of the lyrics were just so unrelatable and kind of strange, but a fun sound to it. I'd give it a 5.
Strange but fun. Need a girl like that.
They're out there.
All right, next. I'm fitted C170 BPM. All right. I think the drum pattern is cool. I think just the melody's too repetitive. There's no variation in it, so it just loops over and over again. I think you could do yourself some justice by finding a counter melody, or adding some pauses, breaks, chops in between to give it some more breath of fresh air. I give it a 6 where it's at.
Yeah, I wasn't mad at the melody. I think it was fine. The thumps weren't thumping hard enough for me. I think the 808 and the kicks could all be kind of deeper and just hit harder. That was my biggest thing. I like the sounds. I like how you put it together, but the thumps need to thump more. 6.5.
All right. You Primus, Late Friday sample flip. Thank you, Sleep Vaughn. Follow. think we got it. That was late Friday sample flip bird.
Yes, sir, it was. That was a late Friday night full of Coors Light and shuffleboard. A dark, dingy jazz club.
Coors Light and shuffleboard.
Hell yeah.
That's crazy.
Great combo for Friday nights. Listen, I liked this a lot. I think you did a lot of smart things. Like there was a lot of talent and a lot of like you could just tell the experience was coming through with all the different samples, the way everything was put together. The one piece that I would just say from a constructive standpoint is it felt like the drums were a little loud comparatively. I would suggest turning the drums down just a little bit in the mix to make it more of a comfortable listen. But I think this was jazzy and fun. I'll give it an 8.5.
Yeah, I'm at the same spot. The one thing that I was gonna comment on was like the piano keys. While they worked, it felt like they were a bit out of tune. Maybe like the tune could be over a notch one way or the other to sound a little bit better. But I think you made it work with everything playing. I think the structure was sound. Like in comparison to the last beat we played, like, yeah, you break things up, you do things here, you do things there, like adding some, surprises to the listener, especially on that first listen where you don't, fall into the wave of like, I know what to expect next goes a long way. So I think you did a great job of that. I'd give us an 8.5 too. Yeah. All right. Quincy says, time to run it back. Took our criticism before and reworked the whole song aside from the chorus. Like that redo. Okay. Let's see what chaos we have caused, Bird.
Maybe Past Us was wrong completely.
Damn, Kieran, this sounds mad.
Baby girl, you don't gotta fight back. I don't really wanna fight like that, like that. We don't gotta go fight like that. Why you always tryna get on my back? I don't really wanna fight like that, like that, like that, like that. It's bad. We fell apart, but we can go back. No strings attached. Why run in circles like we in gym class? No less, too fast. Slow it on down, then throw it right back. I'll show you that. All you gotta do is start running round, round, round. We don't gotta go round, round, round. Baby, slow it on down, down, down. We don't gotta go round, round, round like that, like that. Baby girl, you don't gotta fight back. I don't really wanna fight like that, like that. You don't gotta go and fight like that, like that. Why you always tryna get on my back? I don't really wanna fight like that, like that, like that. Baby girl, we don't gotta do that no more. I can be your love every course. Just say the word, I'll be yours, be yours. I can be yours, you can be mine. We can run it back just one more time. We can be Bonnie and Clyde, but that don't mean love is a crime. I can be yours, you can be mine. We can run it back just one more time. We can be Bonnie and Clyde, but that
Damn,
don't
Kieran,
mean love
this
is a
sounds
crime.
mad.
I don't really wanna fight like that no more, no more. I don't really wanna fight like that no more. Baby girl, you don't gotta fight back. I don't really wanna fight like that, like that. You don't gotta go and fight like that, like that. Baby girl, you don't gotta fight back. I don't really wanna fight like that, like that, like that.
Yeah, girl. Don't fight back. Take this beating.
Time to whip out the belt. Don't fight back, bitch. Fucked up.
I don't quite remember the first version of this. If I had to pick up on some things that you changed, I feel like the first verse obviously feels reworked. It feels a little bit more spaced out in the approach. If I had to kind of like rein in on one thing that's like not sitting right with me on this track, I would just feel like it sounds consistently the same all the way through. And I wish that there was some sort of change in the sound. Maybe if you rapped the second verse, that would break up this constant, like, I don't know how to describe it. It just feels like everything sounds the same from start to finish. The only breath of fresh air that I had was like the first verse, the way that you kind of structured the wording. It felt a little bit different. But once the hook and the second verse and then the hook came back in, I was like, this all just kind of feels the same again. And I wish there was some sort of variety in how the delivery, broke up the track some more. But I think you did a good job. It's just it feels structurally the same and sonically the same too much. I would give it a 7.5.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I have no idea what I said last time. So this is basically coming from a fresh start. First impression on this song, which apparently is the second impression. I liked it. I think it's fun. It's poppy. I do hear what Dice was saying as far as like, because everything is so similar, it does kind of make it feel a little longer when the hook is going, because it kind of feels like we've been in this melody for a while, So maybe if you only did like the hook one time around, maybe that could be an easy way to kind of connect everything together, but also keep it switching up enough. But you sounded good. I think it's very, professional sounding, good melodies, not mad at the mix. I'll give it an 8.
Yeah, I think you hit it on the head. I think it's because the hook and the verses are in the same cadence. It just sounds like the same throughout for me. What up, Phantom Lee Reaper? What you up to, Mel Nooks?
Phantom Lee Reaper.
All right, here's
some fandoms.
Here's Kuiper, not the song that he talked to D-Bird about, postponed because he has more planned. But here's All You Do Is Make Me Sin.
God, I hope that I'm on the right path. I try to tell you you're all that I wanted. You're my one and only, we're right back. I hate to tell you to ease on me. I'll never go unless I'm with you. How could you leave me so easily? And I'm beating to black and blue. Think it was a sign of time. Break me till I fall in line. I can see desire inside you, but I'm so damn tired of lies. Damn, even when you're one call away. Down, I feel like I'm still stuck in chains. All I ever wanted was a bit of love. I did 150 driving when I'm drunk. Now your body's in the trunk. If I can't have you, no one can, and that's enough. Voices in my brain tell me that I'm not shit. I don't think I'll ever get it back. Tear it out my brain, so attached. Whenever you needed, I thought it was easy. Who knew I could drown in a life raft? When I finally caught you, I told you I want you. They pointed at me and they all laughed. Oh God, I hope that I'm on the right path. I try to tell you you're all that I wanted. You're my one and only, we're right back. I hate to tell you to ease on me. I'll never go unless I'm with you. How could you leave me so easily? Then I'm beating to black and blue. Think it was a sign of time. Break me till I fall in line. I can see desire inside you, but I'm so damn tired of lies. Damn, even when you're one call away. Down, I feel like I'm still stuck in chains. All I ever wanted was a bit of love. I hit 150 driving when I'm drunk. Now your body's in the trunk. If I can't have you, no one can, and that's enough. If I can't have you, no one can, I swear that that's enough.
Kuiper, here's what I want you to do. I want you to take this song and remove your guitar playing from it. And I want you to send it to Casper and say, Casper, can you just play guitar over this and mix the guitar over?
Kuiper, here's what I want you to do. I want you to take your guitar and smash it against the ground. Just no more fucking guitar for you. None.
Like, I could probably play guitar as good as that. I don't play guitar. The guitar is the biggest problem that I have with this track. It's not doing anything. It's just basic. I'm gonna strum the strings. And B, it's always like washing out your vocals. So I would say in this regard, take your guitar out and send it to Casper and say, hey, Casper, do me a solid. Could you show me what it would look like if you played guitar on this already performed track? Because we see what happens when his buddy gets out of the hospital from a gunshot wound and they're just like, hey, let's just do some guitar and drums. And they made a full 5-minute song with just basically around those two instruments. You have your voice as an instrument, you have decent drums, you have decent everything else. It's just the guitar is always a wrecking ball for your songs. It's like fucking Miley Cyrus just swinging through the fucking track, knocking shit over. And I just want that to change about it. I want to enjoy the song more, but it's just washed away by the guitar. I will objectively still give it a 7 because I feel like there's more potential behind here. I would just beg of you to please get somebody else to do the guitar.
That is the funniest but most accurate visualization. It's like Miley Cyrus on a wrecking ball smashing into the song.
She's like, oh, there's some vocals on the hook. Let me just crash into that shit, make it unlistenable.
Yeah. Be really terrible if somebody ruined it all. Look, man, I mean, we're messing around, obviously. Like, you're so insanely talented. The vocals are a 20 and the guitar is a 0. So I'm gonna even it out. Well, actually, it wouldn't be exactly mathematically even. It's crazy with how bad the guitar is. And like, you could train a dog to jump on a guitar and it would sound better than what just happened here. And somehow your fucking voice and your lyrics and your everything still made it serviceable against, the cacophony of fucking bloody murder rape, which was your guitar. You still made that palatable. Let's call it a 7 and just move on with our day. I'm frustrated because I think I'd really like that song if it wasn't for the guitar.
I'm gonna tag Casper because I just, it has to happen. I want to hear that song again with like the guitar not ruining it.
Dude, and like the melodies, the runs, like it was perfect. Like the vocals were perfect.
Dude, man, I think the thing that like draws me into Kuiper's music is it's not just that you can hear like the talent in the singing, but like lyrically, like he's staying interested. Like at the end, it's like, with all the stuff going on with that singer David, like if I can't have you, I'll throw you in the truck. Like it's stuff that people will be like, oh shit, he said that, and like go back and listen to. Like, so you can tell like there's something lyrically going on, but it's just hard to hear over the guitar.
The talent and the writing's there. Like probably one of the better writers on the Discord too. If you actually look at the lyrics and the writing, strong.
Yep. All right, Mel Nooks is up next. Phantomly Reaper. He already let us know he's up to shenanigans, and I can tell by the title of this that is accurate.
I'm a plant. An industry plant, or one of the leaf variety. Could be
one of those weeds that grows all over your window, and you're like, gotta chop that down.
Or just leave it and have a Jumanji jungle outside your house, like I currently do.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
For a ride.
I'm a plan. Bitch, I'm a plan. I'm a motherfucking plan. My favorite part now, whatever this is. I don't know where I am in the timeline. Got it though. I think I got it. Because when I was listening to this, like that first section before all the drums and everything came in, my thought was, you know what? This doesn't quite do anything for me, but I could definitely hear somebody like taking this piece and like using it in the beat as a sample. And then you kind of proved that the further along that it went, you kind of just buried it underneath stuff and you made everything work around it. I didn't quite like that first section of drums. It just felt like a little bit too abstract. I understood it, but it just didn't like hit me until like everything else kind of evolved from there. And like that last like minute or so that we listened to was really good to me. Like I've heard different styles. I heard different use cases of like taking that same like weird, creepy sci-fi alien spaceship, melody and like, here's how it would work with drums. Here, how's it work with other sounds? Like it all kind of made more sense as it went along. So like, yeah, you always have these, I guess we call them thought-provoking compositions. And I think you did the trick this time. I'd give this an 8 with an asterisk of like still wanting things maybe broken out into pieces and not forcing me to go through the evolutionary cycle in one listen. Look, you had 10 songs in one. You got us. You were able to make us listen to 10 of your crazy schemes and ideas, all under the banner and the guise of one song. It's not one song. It's like 1,000. Listen, the first minute and a half, maybe 2 minutes, which took at least 10 lifetimes to get through, was kind of like when you're hanging out at a friend's house and he's like, oh, my mom got me a keyboard. Want to watch me play it? And you're just sitting there as they like fuck around on the electric keyboard. It wasn't bad. It was, nicely progressed, but there wasn't anything to it. And then when the actual beats came on, like the drums, initially it clashed with the piano that you were doing. It just didn't work together. But when you got rid of that stupid synth keyboard and you're just like, all right, we're doing the EDM thing now, loved it. That shit was so fire. And especially like even the second kind of EDM type that you did on that, I loved it. I think that was my favorite part. So I was trying to like timestamp that for like, oh, here and here, perfect. Everything else, fucking delete. For how good the EDM parts were, I'll give it an 8. Everything else, that's assuming you just trim the fat and I don't have to, bite through the plastic to get to the steak, if you know what I mean.
Bite through the plastic to get through the steak. I'm gonna use that.
That's pretty good, right?
Yeah.
I just like made that up.
I just bought a steak from the store and I can't wait. Just bite through the fucking plastic.
And sure, I'm sure, Phantomly, no offense, I'm sure you're like, oh, there's a story, there's a journey here. I want to take you on it. I'm saying for me, my one singular human non-plant brain is like, oh, I wish it was just this, and can get rid of everything else.
Yeah, I'm trying to get on the toll road, baby. I'm not trying to be, stuck in that plant fucking traffic. Just, take me straight to the I'm water that fell out of the sky. I don't want to journey through the roots and the dirt. Take me straight to the fucking leaves, man. Just give me the fast pass.
Yeah. Instead of like having to wait, 5 years for the bonsai tree to go, just go to the world market and buy one,
Yeah. All right. Next up, Vestavia Beat 170, Untitled 2. The fuck is that? It's cool. I like it. I want to like this more. Just something about just the crushed out kick part of it is just not making me as invested as I want to be. I think that's just really it. It's just the crushed kick is just killing some of the excitement for me. But I like the variety. I like the flow of it and the arrangement and the chops throughout. I just want more kick, a little bit more. It just feels like it's collapsed. I'll give it a 7.
100%. I'm in the same boat. I'm like, I like what you did here. All of the sounds are great. It's just the collapsed kick that is kind of, it just sounds crunchy. It sounds low quality. And I know it's not that. Like, that was a choice versus like, oh, let's just like, blow it out. And now it accidentally did it. I think you did it on purpose. And I would say just don't. Just the normal kick is perfect. Sometimes just salad, chicken, and Caesar dressing. You don't need avocados. I'll give it a 7.5.
Who puts avocados in salad?
Exactly. Same type of people that crunch out the beat.
All right. Got a BandLab track here from Joseph Lyric. Says, give me any advice you can. This is my second song ever. Thanks. Okay. Let me get signed in over here. Oh, goddamn. Hopefully I spelled that right.
Somebody sample that.
Don't.
Da 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 da.
I gotta fill out all this shit. Okay. Oh, goddamn.
Yeah, fill out a whole survey. Just take the census before logging into BandLab.
Yeah. Who inspires you?
R. Kelly.
Seems a little, you know. Oh my god. I have to. Can I skip this? What the fuck? Do y'all really have to go through this when signing up for BandLab?
Well, he also, has the /join. So I'm like, is this?
That's what I did, and is like it's making me fill out a whole fucking questionnaire.
Yeah, I wonder if you could just take out the join and if it would.
No, I did. All right, I think this is it. Wait,
let's hear it.
Let me make sure. Yeah, this is it. Okay, it's play. I got it. BandLab. Thanks. Get to see all of his workings here.
No, we probably shouldn't have done what we did. It's gonna probably mess up some relationships. All the toss and turn wasn't worth it. Feeling that pressure between your hands. I know your friends are hard about it. I know your friends are hard about it. I know your friends
What?
about it.
That part doesn't make sense.
Don't pretend, don't pretend, don't pretend, don't pretend, don't pretend, don't
What the hell is that? Oh.
To regret, to regret, to regret, to regret, to regret, to regret. What you said, what you said, what you said, what you said, what you said. In my bed, in my bed, in my bed, in my bed. Don't pretend, don't pretend, don't pretend, don't pretend, don't pretend. To regret, to regret, to regret, to regret, to regret. What you said, what you said, what you said, what you said, what you said. In my bed, in my bed, in my bed, in my bed, in my bed. I tend to disappear like magic. Talking humble but sounds like bragging. I can't mess with you if you dramatic. Dramatic, dramatic, dramatic. Said she wanna get to know Joseph Lyric. Went to college, hated it, so I panicked. Now the Roses trilogy is a classic. Classic, classic, classic. Don't pretend, don't pretend, don't pretend, don't pretend, don't pretend, don't pretend. To regret, to regret, to regret, to regret, to regret, to regret. What you said, what you said, what you said, what you said, what you said.
That's what I thought.
What?
He just said don't pretend, and then he like lowered the volume on it. It's not an actual delay.
Don't pretend, don't pretend, don't pretend. To regret, to regret, to regret, to regret, to regret. What you said, what you said, what you said, what you said, what you said. In my bed, in my bed, in my bed, in my bed, in my bed.
All right, that was Don't Pretend by Joseph Lyric. We got the whole session here, Bird. What do you want to do to it?
Well, I think we should start over.
So let's drop some verses on this real quick.
Well, yeah, let's spit some bars. No. All right, second song ever. Like, I think there's some timing issues early. I think that in general there was definitely an off-keyedness to it. I wonder if maybe a slight auto-tune might help. I bet there are some things you could do in the mix, like an audio engineer could do in the mix to, you know, maybe kind of tweak that to make it fit better with the beat tonally. But yeah, just say in general, I see what you're going for here. I think the execution just didn't quite hit. I'm gonna give this 3.
Yeah, the tones that you used didn't match up to the tone of the beat. So like you're like, you pretend like you're going high, and the sound of the song doesn't necessarily call for that. You keep doing these high notes where it feels out of place. So I think that is probably the most obvious thing to work on, is making sure that the tones that you hit feel like they match the tone of the track. But also, like, there's parts in Cyclone, who we played earlier, used to do this a lot, or sometimes he still does it, where you repeat a word over and over again to compensate for lack of things to say. And I would say go back and like just sit on it a little bit longer, think a little bit more, because when you have to repeat the same word over and over again, it just shows that you kind of ran out of ideas. I'm in the same ballpark. I'll give it like a 3.5. I feel like there's thoughts and there's ideas here, and it's just going to take some experience and time to work through like how to execute on those visions that you have in your mind that you're thinking through. And, you know, you gave us full access to your session here, like even some mixing things that you can learn along the way. Like instead of saying you pretend, and then fading it down, like there's a delay plugin that you can use. You say you pretend once and you like hit the delay on it, rather than you having to say it over and over again and then fade it out. So things that you'll learn on your musical journey that, you know, not quite there, but it's not a knock against you. It's just second song ever. You'll learn. I'm at a 3.5.
It's always a progression, right? Like you're never done learning. You're never done like, oh, I'm perfect as an artist now. I think you always pick up new tips and tricks. It's just with time and experience, you learn how to use your voice in kind of whatever way best suits you. You get there.
All right, 3 more left. Here is Out of Space Chase, GTA.
Run that shit up, Nate.
On some purple stuff, and I'm rocking purple jeans. Fuck up with my chains on. You could hear them bitches clean till that hold up, wake up. Bought pop another bean. Ain't got no time for fake love. I heal my problems with the lean. My pants sagging, I put belt to ass. My nigga, that's BTA. In this life, you got one chance to live. My nigga, not GTA. The way I swag on beats and put this shit on in my DNA. When the wolves get hungry, boy, you know you gotta feed them. Bitches licking on my test. I'm in love with fucking that. Bitch, I'm booted to the max. How the fuck I never lack? She gon' suck me in a scat. Pull her hair, she throw it back. Purple money in my cup. Might pull up and take a nap. And on some purple stuff, and I'm rocking purple jeans. Fuck up with my chains on. You could hear them bitches clean till that hold up, wake up. Bought pop another bean. Ain't got no time for fake love. I heal my problems with the lean. My pants sagging, I put belt to ass. My nigga, that's BTA. In this life, you got one chance to live. My nigga, not GTA. The way I swag on beats and put this shit on in my DNA. When the wolves get hungry, boy, you know you gotta feed them,
Transitioning into a werewolf. Thriller round two.
Shiesty on, looking like a penguin. Bitch, I'm high as fuck, I'm slurring words, don't speak no language. Hop up in a big body, made a fucking lane switch. Bro, they got a switch on him, he gon' let it bang, bitch. New bitch titty sitting pretty upgraded from my main bitch. I been turned up in the city looking like a stain, bitch. Rockin' ice, this shit too cold, I'm shivering in the rain, bitch. Everything a nigga got, this shit came with some pain, bitch. Sippin' on some purple stuff, and I'm rockin' purple jeans. Fuck her with my chains on, you could hear them bitches clean. Tell that hoe to wake up, bought her pop her another bean. Ain't got no time for fake love, I heal my problems with the lean. My pants sagging, I put belt to ass, my nigga that's BTA. In this life you got one chance to live, my nigga not GTA. The way I swag on beats and put this shit on in my DNA. When the wolves get hungry, boy, you know you gotta feed them, eh?
All right, that was Outer Space Chase with GTA. Cool video. Very good use of mixing real shots blended with AI to kind of do those things that you want, like turning into a wolf and pouring purple stuff all over the floor without having to clean it up. Clever use there. I like the video. If I have to judge the song, I think the song I would like a lot more if you didn't perform it in the voice that you performed it in. I just don't know that voice worked for me in the delivery sense. Like if you actually just said it in your normal, hey, I'm Outer Space Chase and yada 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 GTA, I would like it a lot more. Like the underperformed, like it just kind of got annoying after a while, even though I generally kind of just liked the song and the video. And I say that with all due respect because I appreciate you taking the artistic risk. It just didn't necessarily hit execution wise to me. I would have just gone back and re-recorded it normally. I would give the song a 7. If I have to include the video, I'd give it a 7.5, 8.
Yeah, the hardest part for me was the voice. The voice was it was a strong choice, one that didn't hit for me for the same reasons Dice mentioned. I think it just would have been more interesting with a normal voice, and it felt a little kind of goofy and performative. But the video was slick as shit. The vibe is there, and the weird part that makes it a little confusing for me is like it seems like you are pretty experienced, pretty polished, and so I wanted to like it more than I did, if that makes sense. And I think it's all due to the voice, and I think due to the voice there was some timing and flow issues that kind of came from that, just as far as filling out the bars. I'm going to give it an overall 7 with kind of including the goodness of the video too.
All right, next up, Marco. Beat is made by Marco. Added concept vocals from a famous song so we can get the full vibe until he raps on it himself. Just haven't met any rappers yet. Well, welcome to White Collar Rhymes.
Yeah, got plenty of rappers in here. I'll tell you that much.
Here is
too many rappers, if you ask me.
God damn, so many need to. Never mind.
Get off my lawn, goddamn rappers.
That rappity rap.
Smelling like Patron, singing dirty rap songs, tiptoeing in the crib like 6 in the morning. Every day it's the same, set a blueprint that I never change. It's just a part of the game. Respect me, I'm a thug. I might cool out for a sec, but expect me to bug. It's in my blood, but if my chick leave me, she gon' leave me for something. She gon' leave me for Kelly, she gon' leave me for nothing. Picture me getting up with something sleazy, something so easy. You can take out a speed like nothing. Something soon as you finish cutting, you like leave me, please, not me. I need Angelina Jolie's comfort. So I ain't gonna make a move unless I got a plan B. Gotta happen the day I have a baby by free. Not to say that anything is wrong with free, just to say that ain't nothing wrong with me. But I don't fuck with nobody. See what Doug, Jimmy, and LA don't know. These youngins crossed the line with Hov, I'm letting it blow. Had the papers writing stories like, didn't they know? This what happened when they made that rapper CEO. I know, it's just a matter of time before the steady hate starts to overflow. Then the levee breaks, and my conscience go, you escape the reach.
And she wasn't by, though I seen it in her eyes. But I'm like any other guy trying to get in her thighs. She telling me about how black people should enterprise. And I'm like, if you don't get your ass in this ride from Enterprise that I rented yesterday and gotta have him by 5 with the gas fully filled up like I didn't try. Told her I had a girl, don't fuck it, I didn't lie. Told her this rap gang is alright, I'm just getting by. She had a little weed and we get a little high. And I'm looking in her eyes and I'm loving.
Just go, you escape the reach, but I don't
forget it.
Yeah, the Kanye part was okay, but the Jay-Z part totally ruined it for me because it just didn't match up with the beat. I think your beat is cool. Hold on, let me listen to the intro real quick.
Smelling like
some parts of the sample are a little bit muffled. Maybe it's just from where you sampled it from, but I think the beat is cool. We've said this before. I don't think that you needed to put those vocals on top of it. It totally made me want to turn it off in the Jay-Z part. I kind of just listened to it for the Kanye part because it got back on beat, but the Jay-Z part, I don't know whether you just misaligned the tempo or it was a different tempo and I don't know. I don't know what happened there, but Jay-Z sounded like ass on that. I would give the beat a 7. I'd give that blend a 6.
Let me rewind here. Let me center, let me zen. You know, I was about to go off on just how terrible of an idea it was to blend those, but let's focus on the positive. That beat was cool. The beat did not need any samples, did not need anything. In fact, we do talk about this quite a bit of like, you know, I don't know who's filling the producers' heads with the idea they need some idiot rapper to say things for us to get an understanding of how this beat would sound with a rapper on it. Opposite. I don't want to hear Jay-Z off tempo in a weird high pass filter that makes the vocals sound like shit because they're not mixed, as well as off tempo, off beat. That took the entire thing, this awesome goodness of your beat, and fucking curb stomped it. Like literally just put it into the sand, stomped the head like a volleyball. Now, you know, the Daytona Beach spring breakers have to deal with lifelong trauma. God damn it. Why did you do that to your beat? Outside of that, the beat was cool. I liked the beat a lot. I think it did need some normalization because some of the layers just were kind of louder than the others. The big thing that stuck out to me was kind of the drums, as well as the what was that, a saxophone? Like a trumpet. Like just the layers need to be normalized. Outside of that, that beat's dope as shit. I'm gonna give the beat an 8 and just pretend you didn't put vocals that didn't match over it.
Word. Yeah, there was definitely some artifacts just sprinkled throughout that just brought the quality down. All right, producer Happy is still here. Let me give this person a role that matches them. Last one for the show. Here is BHZ. Yeah, I trust SoundCloud. I think we've been trusting it all day.
Mm-hmm.
We all crave something new at Hertz.
I shouldn't have trusted it.
Not.
I don't crave something new. I crave Little Caesars pizza and Buffalo Ranch. So
I could go for a pizza today.
Ich mag ein Packlauf, bleib und wenn ich wie beim Wettlauf. Wenn ich weiter meine Packs auf, sehen meine Augen leicht aus. Mama, ich mag ein Pack vom Lord und wieder high wie ein Astronaut. Hab deiner Mama ein Joint gebaut, weil sie sagt, ich sehe sehr freundlich aus. Yeah. Ich bin sehr fett in der Gibbet-Stick. Du siehst die Ecstasy-Pille in meinem Blick. Viel Opiate, der Magen gefickt. Brüder, das ist mein kriminaler Delikt. Next up, Flüssigkeit in meinem Becher. All meine Jungs allein Tesla. Trefferin immer noch essbar. Jumper auf 808 und kein Orchester. Richtige Activist oder auch Hennessy. Früher war ich zu broke für eine Tenner-Week. Sagst du hast Bitches, doch das ist doch Fantasy. Oh, Kicks, denn ich bin LSD. Trinke ne Berliner Luft, gebe dir keine GL für den Club. Was? Trinke ne Berliner Luft, gebe dir keine GL für den Club. Ich smoke ein Pack, glaub, bei Bo renn ich wie beim Wettlauf. Wenn ich weiter meine Packs rauch, sehen meine Augen leicht aus. Oh Mann, ich smoke ein Pack vom Laut und wieder high wie ein Astronaut. Hab deiner Mama ein Joint gebaut, weil sie sagt, ich sehe sehr freundlich aus.
Bruder, ich bin wieder geistert. Du bist ein Lauch, deine Freundin heißt Gertraud. Ich will nur chillen, doch sie schüttet ihr Herz aus. Weiß wie ne Wand, ja, ich weiß, sie ist verbraucht. Chille im Herz und ich mache mich dumm. Ja, yeah, bei der Bing, bei der Bang, bei der Bung. Ja, yeah, Frauen Tatösen wünsch ich wäre so. Denn ich hab ein Herz und die Taschen voll. Weißt du nicht, Lilly, ja, ich bin auf Mond. Spiel nach den Kacken und wein um einen Sohn. Rauch so viel Hasch, aber ich fühl mich gut. Bags in meinem Back und die Babys im Schuh. Flüster mein Partiker, ich bin ein Poltergeist. Du bist ja alt, ja, weil dein Bruder vergeist. Schuhe sind schwarz und sie waren sehr billig. Gib mit deiner Mama, sie findet mich
nicht. Ich smoke ein Pack, glaub, bei Bo renn ich wie beim Wettlauf. Wenn ich weiter meine Packs rauch, sehen meine Augen leicht aus. Oh Mann, ich smoke ein Pack vom Laut und wieder high wie ein Astronaut. Hab deiner Mama ein Joint gebaut, weil sie sagt, ich sehe sehr freundlich aus.
Okay. PhD by Happy. I know he said that he was a producer, and I'm not sure if he was one of the two gentlemen on this or just artists that he worked with. But if I had to rate the production, I think the production worked with the track. It's simple, but it's progressive. There's like change ups, there's different things in it that aligns with the vocals that are on top of it. Don't know what language that is, but it sounded French-ish. I don't know. Anyway, it sounded good. I'll say that. Like, we've said this all the time. Even if it's in a different language, you can hear when people are on beat, on flow, and they have skill within them. I would say the only thing that could, be better is maybe the vocals a little bit louder. But both of the guys did like different things. Like one whispered. They had like different, emotions that you could hear. I think it all worked together pretty well. So if the track overall was louder, I'd probably like it a little bit more. But if I just rate it from where it's at, I give it an 8. I like it. It's like different, but it works.
Yeah, I'm at an 8 too. I think it's solid. I think everyone did their thing here. The production was cool. The one piece to this artistically that I wanted a little bit more of is like when you have kind of a beat that's this simple, like it's simple in a good way. But with that, you kind of have to bring a little extra energy, right? As the artist performing over it. I think they did good, but the tones that they were hitting, like it was kind of the same monotone, like I am talking in this, though, but it was a cool structure. But again, because the beat was more simple, a more exaggerated kind of in-your-face delivery, I think would have had the execution just that much better. Something to think about. I'm still at an 8 though. Solid.
Hey, real quick, Marco dropped just that beat without the horrible Jay-Z vocals. Let's take a re-listen real quick.
Let's re-listen. Oh yeah, that's what's up, Marco. Much better.
Yeah, there's still like a little bit of artifacts in like the piece that you sample, but like overall, it sounds way more polished without the vocal artifacts killing the quality. And I know it has like the pause and everything, and I'm pretty sure you added that because of the Jay-Z vocals or whatever, but it makes a whole lot more sense just listening to it as a beat than me trying to figure out why the fuck is Jay-Z offbeat. I would give the beat alone a 9.
Yeah, solid. Kind of like what we were saying is like a little cleanup here and there, sure, but this beat is solid. The only other thing I'd suggest for this is when again, if you're keeping this in, if you plan to keep it in on just the beat, I would maybe do like a reverse on the track of like, instead of just silence, for the spaces, I would do kind of a fade out, fade in, right? I think it just flows more naturally in the instrumental when you kind of hear the, ooh, whoop, versus just like silence. And you're like, is it coming back? Is it off? What is that? Something to think about. I'm going to adjust it too. 9 for the beat.
Hearing it without having to like separate the vocals, I like it a whole lot more.
Yeah.
And like the Phantom the Reaper said, fix the dirtiness, and it's solid. All right, that was our show. Thank you for everybody who rejoined us after Talk Studio royally screwed us over and kicked us off the airways, but we got back up and running haphazardly, put it together. We made it work. Shout out to everybody who shared some tracks. We'll be back next Sunday to do this again, and we'll be back Wednesday for the subscribers. So see you guys on the Discord. Shout out to all the new members in the community. Hang around, see what we have to offer, and catch you guys later.